And you could put your hands on the ground, lifting up your butt and placing that block aside. We're gonna get into our knees and making our way to the seated position. So you're gonna bring the sole of your feet together. The closer it is to you, the harder it is, and the more of a stretch you're gonna get into your inner groin. If it's too challenging, you can move your feet apart from you. It's gonna be a little more comfortable. So find whatever works for you. So we're gonna be holding that together, allowing gravity to pull our knees down. And this is where we're just gonna close our eyes and bring our head backwards gently, and then all the way to our chin, to our chest. So this is kind of like a very subtle neck stretch. So let's go back all the way up and all the way down. Very slowly. Don't force anything. Once your neck stops moving at the top, start going back down all the way to your chest. All right. And now from here, we're going to start walking our hands forward. Very gently, finding our challenging position and holding it there. Now, if you have your blocks nearby, you can always use your blocks as sort of like a support. So you can hold it like this. You can bring it lower like that and resting your forehead on it. So blocks are always a great way to support you through Yin Yoga, so that you can have some support while you do your positions instead of straining yourself to hold it there. Yin is about being very gentle with yourself, yet challenging your body to open up. You get out of this, so you can bring your feet back in, sort of like in a child's pose, and then push with your elbows to lean back onto them. So we're going to bring our big toes together, and while we're at it, we're going to get into child's pose. So you can use the bolster again in front of you to bring your one, pushing ourselves back up, bringing our knees slowly back to the middle. And now we're going to get into our sides on all four. We're going to do a bit of cat and cow. So inhaling, extending our spine, looking up. Exhaling, bringing our chins to our chest, pushing through our arms and rounding the spine. Inhaling. head on the floor. So just grab your big toes, bring your legs high up in the air. Higher up, babe. Like that, yeah. And then pull your knees down to a comfortable. We're gonna bring both of our feet back down to the floor. And this is where we can use the bolster to do one of the positions that quickly became one of my wife's favorite. So we're putting our feet up in the air, and this is a great way to oxygenate your body and to alleviate some of the leg fatigue you might be experiencing. So you're gonna lift your hips up, bring the bolster under your butt, and then you're going to lift your legs We're going to bring our knees back to the floor. And now I want you to lift your hips up and push that bolster behind your knees. We're going to get into Savasana with the bolster right under both of your knees. So this is kind of like a supported Savasana. So now bringing your head back down to the floor, palms up, facing the sky. I want you to close your eyes and just be thankful to yourself for taking the time to take care of your health today. What's wonderful about Yin Yoga is that it combines the mind and the body together, and to another extent, the soul. And when you take care of your body, you take care of your mind, and vice versa. They're really connected. This is where yoga is really beautiful, because it takes care of both. So while you rest here, just want to do a little exercise with you. So as thoughts are gonna go into your head, in and out, I just want you to notice if it's useful to you or not. And if something comes up that's not useful to you in any positive way, I want you to let it pass. Imagine it just passing by your head without ever getting stuck in it. And if something useful, just keep it there and observe it. So that's what we're going to do for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Just gonna notice what our mind is bringing up and keeping what's good while disregarding what's bad. It's really about you using mental imagery and imagining that negative or non-purposeful thought disappearing. You could imagine it's a baseball ball and you're throwing it very far, or a soccer ball that you're kicking away. Whatever works for you, just create that mental image. And I'm gonna slowly invite you to come back to your senses. I'm gonna be placing the block aside, rolling to my side, and then coming to a seated position. So I want to thank you, yogis, for joining us again tonight on this amazing, calming Yin Yoga prenatal class. So I wish you a beautiful evening. It's currently our evening and nighttime for us, so I'm gonna get to bed very soon. Hands together. All right, yogis, until next time, namaste. Bye, guys.